Today, Sarah and I are really excited to make a clafoutis with raspberries. So here we have some pasta frolla. Whenever we make pasta frolla, we freeze it. So we got some out of the refrigerator. I'm gonna lightly dust my work surface, and we're going to roll it out because this will need to be blind baked before we add the fruit and the custard. Now, normally and traditionally, this dessert is made with cherries, fresh cherries, when they are in season. And here we are. We kept turning it a bit so it does not stick. And now we're gonna place it into this dish, this beautiful dish that some friends of ours gave to us. I believe it's from Ukraine. And we're going to place it right in here. And press down to make sure that it's touching all the way to the edges. And then we're going to leave just a little bit of a border overhanging, and we will cut it off. And the simplest way to do that is, normally if we want to have it flush with the pan, you can do it with the rolling pin by getting it across like this. But since we want a little bit of an overhang, we're going to use a knife. What I'm going to do with the knife is just go around, and you see how I'm leaving just a bit of extra? We could actually just kind of roll it under to have a nice border. Now that our tart is ready, I previously kind of made a circumference with a pencil and then cut some little wedges out of here. Now we're going to put this right in here. And you see how it overlaps like this? And this is going to allow me to put some beans in there, and we're going to be able to blind bake it. Now here is a mixture of lentils and all kinds of other beans. And of course, they've seen better days, but we use them for this very purpose, to blind bake. So we're going to pour all this right in here. And this will make sure that the dough stays where it needs to stay, and that it doesn't fall off the edges all around or bubbles up. Now this can be placed in the oven. We have been preheating the oven. In fact, if you peek inside and look on the left-hand side, you will see the hot coals. Those will have to be removed, and we will need to close the damper from a vertical position to a horizontal position so it is closed and heat cannot escape. Let's check the oven floor temperature, which is too hot right now, but by the time we get all the coals out, it will be just perfect. At this point, we need to work quickly to get the coals out so the temperature doesn't drop too much, and we will put them right here into this bucket. We will also use this brass bristle brush to make sure that there are no coals in there that could possibly make smoke in the oven chamber. The temperature of the oven has dropped enough where we can place this inside. We're going to watch it carefully for about 10-15 minutes, and of course close the door. Since the oven temperature was a bit too high, we covered it up with aluminum foil. Now it is time to make this delicious custard. We're going to put the sugar in here, and I tell you, the combination, this is the salt, the combination of the fruit that is kind of tart and the custardy flavor of this filling is going to be absolutely amazing. Here we have an extremely large egg. Check this out. I can't wait to open it because this is actually a large egg, but look at this one. And all I can think about is the poor chicken that had to lay it. Let's check and see. Hopefully this one will have 2 yolks in it. And then, yep, look at there. This is absolutely perfect. I noticed that there is a little bit of a shell in there, and the best way to take a shell out is to go in with the other shell and pull it out. In here, we're going to put this egg with the 2 yolks, as well as the vanilla, just a little bit of vanilla. We're going to whisk everything well together until nice and smooth. You don't want to get it very foamy. Now to this, we're going to add the flour. and we'll incorporate that really well as well. And you'll see how quickly this dessert comes together. Now this is totally optional. Whether it is a lemon or this orange, I'm gonna add just a little bit of the zest to it. Not much at all. This is probably sufficient right here. Now we're gonna incorporate the milk. And finally, the whipping cream. We don't wanna keep stirring too much once the heavy cream is in there. So we're gonna put the heavy cream in, and you see how loose this batter is. And then just a bit of rum. One thing I almost forgot is this butter that has been softened. It's at room temperature. Actually, we heated it up, but now it's at room temperature. And we're gonna incorporate this as well into this really neat bowl that we love and almost use every day. Our tart shell just came out of the oven. Now we're gonna take all the beans out, as well as the parchment paper. Let me see. There we go. And look at there. Beautiful. We just need to get the rest out as well. And we'll brush them out a bit. It is in here that we will place all the raspberries and spread them out neatly. And right on top here, we are going to pour this delicious batter. Whisk it again and pour it right on top. And once again, this will go back into the oven for about 40 minutes. Our clafoutis can go back into the oven, and we'll immediately close the door. If you ever notice that it is baking a bit too quickly, you can always cover it up with a sheet of aluminum foil and close the door back up. We have a little bit of time left, but we're going to pull it out and take the foil off. We're going to sprinkle a little bit of sugar right over the top, which is going to give it a really nice finish. And this will go back in. And we are done and ready to take a wonderful dessert out. Let's gently pull it out. It is absolutely perfect. A good test to see if it is done, you place a knife in the center, and if it comes out clean, it is ready. Our beautiful raspberry clafoutis just came out of the oven. We're going to allow it to just let it rest for a bit before we slice it and enjoy it with a nice warm cup of coffee. Now we're going to put a bit of powdered sugar on top, and we will be able to cut a slice. I think I'm going to put a little piece of this mint right here. Get to cut into it. And enjoy a nice slice. And here we are. Look at this beauty. We probably could place another raspberry right on top. A little leaf of mint. And now we're gonna get to enjoy a beautiful dessert. Buon appetito!